Tesla stock soars due to oil and gas prices. March 23, 2022. As Ukraine weathers a continued Russian invasion, sanctions are causing high oil prices, resulting in high gas costs at the pump for consumers. According to oilprice.com, the event has many wondering if high gas prices could further accelerate Tesla's rising stock prices and the overall adoption of electric vehicles. Brent crude oil hit a 14-year high of $139 per barrel earlier this month. Compared to benchmark averages of just $70 in 2021 and only $43 in 2016. Analysts from Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan expect the company's oil barrels to increase to $135 and $185 respectively this year. The 14-year price hike came just as U.S. President Joe Biden began targeting the main artery of Russia's economy by imposing sanctions on the country's oil operations. Adding that the move is not without cost at home. This cost is largely passed down to consumers at the gas pump, which could spark an even quicker move to non-petrol vehicles than previously thought. EV automaker Tesla could be uniquely positioned to benefit from the rise in prices, especially since the news comes on the heels of Tesla being given final approval to begin producing vehicles at its new Gigafactory Berlin, Brandenburg and Giga Texas locations. With the aid of the new factories, Tesla is also shooting to double its annual production output to nearly 2 million cars this year. Analysts note that Tesla's Giga Berlin in Grunheide, Germany is a significant strategic advantage for the automaker. Wedbush's Daniel Ives calls the company's momentum for deliveries extremely solid, despite continued semiconductor shortages and supply chain issues. In a note, Ives said he cannot stress the production importance of Giga Berlin to the overall success of Tesla's footprint in Europe and globally, reiterating his $1,400 price target on the company's stock alongside a $1,800 bull case price target. In addition to high prices at the gas pump potentially causing consumers to buy electric, Tesla's stock has already begun to see gains amidst the record oil prices. Source reposted and summarized from Zachary Visconti at Inside E versus S. My take: I don't know the exact math, but for every 10 cents that gas goes up, a certain number of new people turn to EVs. Most of those people will buy a Tesla. Tesla Giga Texas receives approval for Gigafest event. March 23, 2022. Tesla got approval to hold a party at Giga Texas. Gigafest, which will inaugurate the Texas factory, will take place on April 7, 2022, and will have a large scope. Tesla has scheduled a grand opening event for Giga Texas on April 7. As announced by CEO Elon Musk earlier. On Tuesday morning, the Travis County Commissioner's Court held a meeting to discuss issues related to this event. After discussing the details for several hours, Tesla received approval to hold the event with the participation of a large number of people. Tesla applied for the event with 15,000 people, which means the Gigafest will be really big. Like everything else in Texas, the Travis County Fire Marshal and the Travis County Sheriff expressed their support for the event. After review of said plans, it is the opinion of the Travis County Sheriff's Office staff, and I as Travis County Sheriff, that these plans meet the minimum standards as listed in the statute, wrote Sally Hernandez, Travis County Sheriff, in a letter to Travis County Judge Andy Brown. A review of the aforementioned documents reflects that the event can meet the minimum standards per applicable state statutes and county guidelines. Anthony Callaway, the Travis County Fire Marshal, wrote in a letter to Judge Brown. According to Blue Sky Kites Twitter, the Gigafest party for April 7 will run from 4 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. For this, a traffic and safety plan for 15,000 guests has been developed. Shuttle buses will be launched. Tesla received permission for fireworks, which means the event will be even more vivid and memorable. 2 stages will be placed on the territory and the event will partially take place inside the building. Source reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. My take: I wish I could be there. Sounds like fun. Tesla Giga Berlin has already hired 3,500 employees. March 23, 2022. Tesla Giga Berlin has already hired about 3,500 employees out of 12,000 planned for Phase 1 expansion to ensure a sustainable energy future for all of humanity. Today was the grand opening ceremony of the factory and the customer handover of the first Model Ys produced in Germany. Tesla has already created thousands of jobs at its first European plant, Giga Berlin, and has changed the entire region. making it one of the main economic centers of Germany. The Brandenburg area is suffering from a shortage of jobs. And Tesla will definitely solve this problem. The Texan company offers very favorable working conditions for everyone, from unskilled employees to highly qualified specialists. The salary starts from €2,700 per month, which is higher than the average for the region. At the end of 2020, Tesla for the first time specifically announced how many jobs should be created in Grünheide. According to the website, the company plans to hire up to 12,000 employees, up from an initial estimate of 7,000 jobs. We estimate that during Phase 1, we will employ up to 12,000 people, with roles being filled by local residents and employees from wider Europe. We want the best talent collaborating and working together to achieve the mission. During the grand opening ceremony of the factory and the handover of the first German-made Model Ys to owners, which took place on March 22, it became known that as of today, about 3,500 employees already work at Giga Berlin. Some of them have already been working for several months and have gained experience in using high-tech robots and new technologies for the production of Model Y. Each employee plays an important role in the manufacturing and delivery of cars to customers across Europe, and in the overall acceleration of the world's transition to sustainable energy. On March 4, Giga Berlin received its final environmental building permit, as well as a permit to produce 500,000 vehicles per year. The permit also includes battery manufacturing activities in the battery factory building, which is currently under construction next to the car factory. Along with the green light to start production, the company needs a significant increase in staff. At the moment, Tesla has about 400 open vacancies for Giga Berlin. Most of them are related to manufacturing, although there is also active hiring in many other areas. As part of the recruitment, Giga Berlin has significantly increased vacancies in categories such as HR operations and business support, supply chain, environmental, health and safety, engineering and information technology, and energy, solar and storage. Source reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. My take: Giga Berlin will ramp up to those 12K employees quicker than you think. Tesla aims to release FSD Beta in Europe this year. March 23, 2022. Tesla plans to release FSD Beta in Canada later this week. Elon Musk stated at Giga Berlin's Model Y delivery event on March 22. The company will tackle Europe next. We're getting to a point where the FSD Beta is very good in the US and later this week expanding to Canada. And then I think we'll be ready to show it to regulators in the EU, Musk told the small crowd at Giga Berlin. Tesla FSD Beta v10.11 launched earlier this month, introducing critical improvements to the advanced driver assist software. For example, the release notes teased v10.11 produced more accurate predictions on where other vehicles would turn or merge. Elon Musk also pointed out that vector lanes were a significant improvement to Tesla AI found in the update. Musk estimates that Tesla will be ready to show FSD Beta to EU regulators in 2 or 3 months. However, he also admitted that Tesla has quite a lot of work for special case situations in Europe. He noted that it would be challenging to release full self-driving in Europe because it is much more complex than in the US or Canada. You know, there's a lot of little tricky things. The rules are not the same. But I think probably we can start doing beta later this year, depending on regulatory approval. He said, things are a little different in the US. Like in the US, things are legal by default. In Europe, they're illegal by default. So we have to get approval beforehand, whereas in the US you can kinda do it on your own cognizance. More or less. In September 2021, the European Commission published a regulatory framework for autonomous vehicles, called the Draft EU ADS Regulation, and submitted it to all the member states. The EU ADS regulation will help form rules on autonomous cars through type approval rules. As per a white paper by Hogan Lovells, the regulation's goal is to establish a harmonized path towards Level 4 or fully automated vehicles. It may also develop safety metrics to benchmark performance, which will be helpful when testing autonomous vehicles for deployment. Source reposted and summarized from Maria Morano at Tesla RT. My take is FSD expands. It will eventually lead to safer roads. It will also help make Tesla a juggernaut.